Take that, layaway.
There's nothing more exciting than hunting for treasure. That's why every year we come to the biggest gem event in the world, the Tucson Gem Show. It's where collectors and gem lovers gather to find the most exotic and rare stones on the planet. But don't worry, you don't need to book a trip to Tucson because we're bringing our best discoveries to you.
Join your favorite gemstone brands for the Tucson Gem Event, only on HSN.
You might just find your next treasure.
All right, we're continuing on. Excuse me while I tuck my pants in here. Welcome back. My name is Guy. I've got one more hour with you. We are continuing with our 2 hours of clearance. And I'll tell you, this is the first time I've ever presented this. This is a really, really, really cool item. Anybody that's looking for a little extra light, and anywhere you may need extra light, this product from Improvements, which is our rechargeable LED lamp, is amazing. And I don't care what space you have or where or what time or whatever, it's totally flexible, and it will go in any situation. Wherever you need to move the light or lean the light, whether it's for reading, whether it's for doing work or a job, whatever it is, you get it. It's super bright. It's got the long-lasting LED lighting inside. We'll lower our lights in a sec so you can actually see, but this is actually lit up right here. We have two different colors available. It's gold or rose gold. There are 3 color modes built in. There are 6 different dimmer settings. They're compact, they're lightweight. You know, they weigh less than a pound, and you can put these things absolutely anywhere. And my Miss Rebecca Wood is back with us. These are, you know what, they're very artsy.
They are
cool.
artsy.
I mean,
Space age, kind of.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. So you can see the color here. It's made of aluminum and silicone, very lightweight. But the color here is where you're really going to see either the rose gold or the gold. The light,
There's the light
is there, but you can manipulate this any way you want. The length is about 22 1/4. Crosswise here, you're going to be at about 2 1/4. It can go flat if you want it flat. You can go this way if you want to do maybe crafters. This would be great for crafting because you can actually put it right there, turn it right on easily, and guess what? Rechargeable lithium battery. So you just charge, the cord comes with it.
You can turn it up or down.
Yes. Do you see that? So if you have 3 different lightness levels, and then you can decide how bright or how dim you want it. I'm trying to play it there. Isn't it fun?
This would even be a good, like for ladies out there, even a good makeup light.
It's a makeup light, a crafting light, a work light, a bed light. Because remember, you can put this right over your bed post just like that, and you'll have a light. Your headboard, thank you. Couldn't think of it.
That's okay.
But any way that you want light, you're right, a makeup light would be perfect. And all you have to do to turn it on is there's a little on button right there, and you can decide which. There's the 3 different lights that you set it. There's a warm white light, a warmer white light, and a bright white light. But all 3 of those
are dimmable.
Are dimmables.
It's hard to tell there because our cameras screen out a lot of light, so so things don't pop. But yeah, there you go. Now you can see how it brightens and lowers. These were $59.95. They are down to $31.45. The base is kind of a galvanized material. It almost has like a silicone-y, rubberized.
It's very soft, yes.
You know that feel. I always say, that material is like, it feels like flower petal. That's what it kind of feels like on your hands. They are totally flexible. As I said, you have 3 colors on the exterior body to choose from, but then you have 3 different light settings so that you can adjust the tone of the light. And then of course you can see if I put it down like that, this is what Rebecca did, you can see how I can brighten it or lower it. See, this part you won't be able to see because of our cameras, but you'll be able to see how the light that it emits changes. That is so cool. And you can flex it any way you want. So I just turned it off. If you want to use it as a makeup light, if you want to use it as a work light, I love the fact that because you're not tethered to a cord, you could put this anywhere. You could take this out. If you're reading a book in your living room and you don't have a light in a certain chair, you could just put this right there. And you could even stick it in between the cushions.
Oh, I've never thought of that. That's brilliant.
Like if you're in the back seat of the car
you could
and you want to read
something. It's only 14 ounces, so it will mold to any area that you want it to mold to.
You can see on my face.
It comes with the USB cord that you need to be able to charge this. So you charge it in your computer. Charge it on any of those blocks that you have. How many blocks do you have around the house, right? So cool. You could even charge this just in your car. Take this with you, charge it in your car, because this is going to go right into your car USB port. And you have 6 hours of charge, a 6-hour charge.
What a perfect light to have like in your bedroom if maybe you're with a partner and they can't sleep and you don't want to turn obviously all the lights on in the bedroom, and you just want to be able to look at something or read something, a book, and you're just trying to get some sleep. It's perfect for that. That soft light is really nice at nighttime. Maybe it's just, you know, maybe you're trying to thread a needle, you know, and you need like that light right there where you can see. It's perfect for
that. So say you are a crafter. This is what's going to be perfect. You need to get that light, bend it. You can be right down there and you can get and see that little minute detail that you need. But you like to do your makeup and you want that extra bright white lighting, put it like this. And then this will be right against your mirror. You're going to have that great light. And you can decide, you get the 3 lighting options just by hitting that button. So you can have that bright white is what you're going to want with that makeup. Look at that. And then they are all dimmable, just by hitting these buttons below. I love that these buttons are right here as well. So if you want to be able to manipulate it either way, either the light out or the light in, you're able to still manipulate those buttons easily. It's
great extra light. Like I said, if you know, for a lot of people that maybe do their makeup in their room and they don't have, because regular tabletop light is awful.
Terrible.
And if you know, maybe if you're a college kid, maybe you're in your dorm and you just want to put your makeup on and you don't want to turn all the lights on, it's ideal for that. Or if you're working on a project, reading a book, it could be for any reason to have that light. And remember, it doesn't need to be plugged into anything.
No.
These are freestanding lights. There's nothing plugged in. They recharge.
It's a lithium battery.
Say how long they...
6 hours. They will stay 6 hours, right, on a full charge.
Honestly, I thought 3 hours I'd be happy with.
Oh, no, 6 hours.
6 hours
yes. So take it camping. I mean, this is one you can take on your business trips with you. You could buy one of these. I love them. And I love how pretty they are. If you go and read the reviews, you can see some people said they totally got rid of all of their table lamps because it takes up such less space, but you get that beautiful bright white light. Remember, it's an LED light, so it'll stay cool to the touch all the time. So little hands, you don't have to worry about that at all.
You could take this out. I mean, even if you're taking a walk, right? And maybe you've got, you could strip this thing or put this on a backpack and take it with you when you're traveling.
Look, it will fit right in there because it goes flat.
You're camping? Oh, camping
I said camping.
I didn't listen to that part.
You're not listening to me.
I'm so excited. I didn't listen to that part.
But don't you love it? Because guess what? You could go and charge it in your car if you want to. I got a drink
of water when I left you for a minute, so I'm sorry.
You're a man.
Look at how white my teeth look in front of it. I know. I'm so sorry. These are so great, and they are discounted. This is really cool technology when you think about it, too, because you get a lot of light for 6 hours on a charge. That's ridiculous. And I absolutely love the colors on the back.
This is so pretty. Look at this. So this is you can see the light.
So that's rose gold in the middle.
This is rose gold right here. This is your gold. And then this is the light. This is the opposite side. You can see it is kind of framed in the either gold or rose gold as well. And remember, you get to decide if you want that warm white light, perfect for nighttime reading. You're not going to wake up your mate, or maybe you want that bright white light for your makeup or crafting, anything like that. You have the dimmable feature. You can hit it if you want, but I personally love that I can get right where I want it, whatever brightness level I want.
I absolutely love it. I love that you get the different tones, the different types of light on here as well. That's neat, but think about it. If you're outside, just chilling outside, or
you can take this right.
Barbecue light, you know what I mean? When you're cooking out at night and you don't have a light for the grill, you could actually situate this thing anywhere.
Exactly, just like that.
Prop it wherever you want, put it in it. It'll go into anything or kind of wrap around whatever it is you need to wrap it around.
Right,
so it totally is adaptable to any environment. This is really cool.
And a 6-hour charge.
This is one of those things that on .com, it didn't look like much to me.
Oh,
I was like, okay, it's some L-shaped looking light. Now that I'm looking at it, it's really cool.
It's so pretty,
you moved it backwards.
Yeah, you can have it backwards, so that's what I'm saying. You want that makeup light. Look at, isn't that pretty? You want that makeup light, you can go forward just like that, but that crafting light, you can also, and our teeth look really great.
They really do.
Well, ladies, this is gonna be the perfect lighting for date night.
That's right, use this. All right, hey, it's on sale for $31.45. If you wanna get it, it's a customer pick, so we're not the only ones that love it. There's some folks on .com who love it as well. Any space, any time, any type of light that you want.
Comes with the charging cable too, just like that.
All right, great job. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you. You're not done with me yet.
Will you stick around? Is she gonna do my favorite extension cords of all time? Should we walk over there?
All right.
Let's walk over, okay. So here's the story. So were you the first one to do this with me?
I was.
So, and I remember looking at it and I'm going, okay, extension cords, ugly most of the time.
Most of the time, right?
They're either white or they're green or they're black. And they're very generic, blah, blah, blah. These I bought them the day that we use them because I'm like, I have areas in my home where the extension cord shows. All right, I can't help it. You know, I have all these electronics and I'm like, and I hate the fact that I have to try to buy one to hide it. These are beautiful. They're basically what we call retro vintage kind of design because they have that kind of almost like a houndstoothy look to them.
Yeah, it's braided nylon.
Here's what you get: 3 of these for $12. Okay, they're extra long cords. Each you get 2 in a 6-foot and 1 in a 12-foot.
Exactly.
I mean a 12-foot extension cord. What are they covered in?
It's nylon, a braided nylon, which is really, really great.
How close can you get to this against my sweater?
It matches your sweater, beautiful.
Do you see how cool this is? This is a braided material that goes over the rubberized cord, so no more ugly cords.
No more ugly cords. How great is that? And so many of us, yeah, right, you can decide. I personally love what's called gray. It's a gray and a white. That would be great in a kitchen. But you've got the blue, we've got the black, and we've got the green. You get 2 6-foot and 1 12-foot with this.
Yeah.
And the other thing I love is you're getting 3 plugins. So you can see there's 1, 2, and then 3. And this will cover. So if you're not using them, that's okay. Cover that one up. Yeah. I absolutely love it.
Do you know what I did? Because they were on sale before. Last time I bought them, I bought 2 sets.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's unbelievable. I've been giving them away. I'm like, maybe I bought more than I needed, but I love them.
You
and then
find
I realized
different places to use them.
Do.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I use the 12-foot or the 10-foot. Was it 10-foot? 12-foot.
12-foot.
I use that for the Christmas tree.
Because it's green and it's perfect. Green. But that's really for any of your plants. Yeah. You can put those around any of your potted plants.
These are great. The white is beautiful in the kitchen. The little 6-foot whites are great if you have appliances or things that you plug in. The blue or the blue. The black goes anywhere because the black is the one that kind of just sits there. But what people will look at and they'll be like, okay, he's so cool. Even his extension cords are cool.
So cool.
I'm not talking about me per se. How about she's so cool that even her extension, anyway.
Do you really think that when you go?
Let me just tell you, there are some weird things impress me, but I have such an issue with extension cords because they're so hideous. I mean, I even went, like, I had they make extension cords for your exterior in bright orange.
That's right, yes,
why
bright
would
orange.
You ever want to do, I guess, maybe if you work in the business, you don't want to trip over it, but it's like, I'm not trying to hide it.
At home. And also, I love that these are so bendy.
Yeah, they're very bendy.
I love that. So many times they're that hard plastic that won't mold around corners. These will mold around corners, mold around any kind of flower pots or...
$12 for 3
for
of
3.
these, okay?
2 6-foot,
Buy 2 sets. I'm giving you advice that you should take. Buy 2 sets because what'll happen is you're gonna love them so much. And here I guarantee somebody will go, where did you get that cool green extension cord? You'll be like, you know something, I may have one for you. And you hand one out and you give one to somebody and they're like, really? And they really, I know it's an extension cord. It's not like the sexiest thing on the planet, but it makes a difference.
But according to Guy, it will make you sexy.
Listen, I like that people appreciate things when they come in the house because I like little details.
Yeah.
I think little details make up everything. In all aspects of life, you need to take care of all the little things because then they make big things
better.
happen and it's better. So that's why you do it. So this is one of those little things.
I agree.
Your whole home, you'll just love it so much. All right, now are you done?
I'm done now.
I'll miss you.
I'll miss you. All
right, stick around. We still have 45 minutes of clearance to go. Be right back.
Wow, Mom, those are nice. Hey, can I borrow those?
Okay.
Yeah? I'll see you later.
The appraised values you see at HSN are set by independent, professionally certified appraisers. They determine, as closely as possible, the approximate retail cost of replacing or recreating the item, not the possible sell or purchase price. Because subjective estimates and judgments are involved, appraisals may vary by as much as 25%. Call your customer service rep for more information.
right, welcome back, everybody. I know most of you out there have heard of a company called Eureka. In fact, this company's been around since the very early 1900s. 1909, I believe, was when this company was founded, and they are still going strong. This is their Airspeed. I love this vacuum. They call it the Airspeed Unlimited because literally you can use this anywhere around your home. It comes with one of the best toolkits and tool assemblies I've ever seen, and the most amazing retractable cord. You know, there are people that will buy this because it's a Eureka and it has that incredible cord. Of course, it's a canister vac, or not canister, it has the canister, so you don't have to worry about getting bags or any of that stuff. But what we're doing today, because it's clearance, it's a clearance hour, is we dropped the price from $116. Did I say 116? Down to 91. It's under $100 to get this vacuum home. Alexandra Baker is back with us. And I said before, not only do I love the vacuum and that incredible cord feature, which, trust me, nobody likes doing that.
Right.
It's, you know, can I tell you, it's the reason that I don't bring out, that I used to not bring out my big vacuum cleaner.
I believe
I would
it.
use the stick vac because I didn't want to through that dang cord.
I believe it. This is definitely Eureka. You know, we grew up with Eureka in our homes. Our moms used them, our grandmothers used them, but they definitely did the cord. So this is such a nice feature. Now, this is incredibly feature rich, okay? So you've got the auto rewind on the cord, 27 feet long. You have all of your tools on board. As an organization person, I like the idea that I don't have to have a separate bag. I don't have to store everything. It has an 8-foot hose. It has the dusting brush. Here is the button so that you can do the rewind. It has the 800 number right on here. You've got the extension hose. You've got that crevice tool for those of us who are very OCD. It's bagless. It is cyclonic action. It's incredibly powerful. It's got the Airspeed technology, which simply means it is going from wherever it's grabbing, it's going right into the canister right away. It has a HEPA filter. I'm going to show you right here. It has a HEPA filter. It also has an additional filter guy right at the top. Can you see that? This is washable. You can take all of this out.
Nothing to replace, right?
Well, the only thing you'll replace is the HEPA filter every other year or once a year.
Yeah,
That's
whatever.
not a big deal. That's pretty normal. But however, look, this is my favorite part. I like to take this whole canister under the sink in the kitchen. I can rinse this out, let this air dry, put this back together. And if obviously I don't do that every time, but it's just nice to know that if I need to clean that up, I can pop that back together. When you read the reviews, everybody says, oh my God, it's so easy to use. It's lightweight, I don't even think it's 16 pounds.
Right.
And you'll always reach for it. But ultimately, it's about how well it cleans. You've got to have a deep cleaning upright. Here we go.
And we are going to clean right now. And what we're going to show you, now I know this carpet looks pretty good, right? I mean, it just looks like a gray carpet. Watch how deeply it cleans, and you'll be amazed at the amount of stuff. You already see it in the canister, but you'll be amazed at how much it gets. And I think that's one of the things, Alexander, that I love about this vacuum is that it's so versatile. You can use it on, this is like a shag rug, which I don't even know they made those anymore. But shags are always very hard to clean because you have a deeper pile and things can get deep down in there. Look at the carpet lines. And again, it's not a noisy vacuum because the motor works very smoothly. At the end of the day, you're gonna be able to see just how much stuff that Alexander was able to get out of there. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that is the same rug. So take a look at what's inside.
Ready?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
3 pounds of coffee and whatever. There seems to be a clump of hair in there as well.
That is the clump of hair, right? Let me see.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Okay, so you see how easy, and then all you do is, you just push the release. This is living, okay?
Well,
this is good when things are made so easy, and of course you've got that ultimate pet upholstery tool for the stairs and upholstery.
You know what I love about Eureka, and again, is that this is one of the companies that started it all, okay? There's been companies that have come along, great companies too, that have come along in the last 30, 40 years, whatever. This company's been here since 1909 with a reason. And like many of the other great companies that are out there, they've dedicated their lives basically to one sort of thing, clean it up. I mean, that's what they do best. And so they've stuck with it and they've maintained that excellence and the reputation that they have. So we're showing you, we're gonna kind of graduate from the deepest carpet pile to kind of like all the way to hard floors. This one is more probably like the average carpet that you have in your home. Maybe you have this in your bedroom. Maybe you have this in your living area, right? Or maybe you have area rugs that are kind of like this thickness. Use this. Look at, I mean, basically the picture's worth 1,000 words. Look at the carpet lines, right?
I
mean,
love the carpet lines.
That's how you know.
You know, this is a kind of carpet that's similar, almost similar to what I have in my home. And I can remember, look at all that sand. The first time I brought this home, I remember thinking, I have a robotic vacuum. It runs 3 times a week. My floors and my carpets look really, pretty good. But it's the difference between brushing your teeth and then deep cleaning. And I found that not only is it pulling deep down and getting to levels, it's because of that suction. It's the suction technology. There are plates inside. Everything has progressed. Our microfiber sheets, the way we dress, the lighter fabrics, it's the technology. So this has the technology where the plates lower and are really grabbing all of that dirt. Remember, dirt is filled with bacteria. You got to pull that out of your carpet. You need an upright because what are you going to do about your upholstered fabrics and stairs and things like that?
And you get all the tools to be able to clean that as well. I want to remind everybody, it does come in 2 colors. You saw on the little footage that we just had there that it does come in a color called copper. There's the copper right there. So it comes in that great copper color, or it comes in purple. So you can utilize, they both work the same, doesn't really matter, but if you happen to care for a color, go right ahead. And Alexandra's showing you how you can utilize some of the tools. And you know what I love too is that it's not stripped down. You get all the tools that you need. She just shifted gears because all you do is shift it in from either the accessory port over to the vacuum. It's very simple. You can adjust the level of the opening in the front as well, depending on how deep your carpets are. You can disengage the beater bar so that you can just do vacuuming without agitation, which you usually utilize when you're doing, fabrics or you're doing carpeting. When you just do a hardwood floor, look at how it gets to the coffee before the vacuum does, and there's no scatter. Look at that. Do that other one really slow, Alexandra. The other coffee, I want to see how it gets there before. Watch. Now you're going to see, go really slow. There you go. We almost got it, but that's good. You see how fast that's able to suck up all that mess. So whether it is a heavily deep carpet, whether it's a medium carpet or a Berber, or maybe it's just your hardwood floor, maybe it's tile or your bathroom floor, right? People really don't have carpeted bathrooms. So when you go into the bathroom here, we'll shift into the bathroom or the kitchen right now, where you have tile and you can see, we don't need the brush bar because we don't have anything to brush. We're just trying to get stuff off of a hard surface and down in the cracks and crevices. It works perfect. If you buy it today, it is on sale. It's on clearance. It was $116. It's down to $92, $91. And you can take advantage of FlexPay as well. I can't see if it has. Yeah, hey, listen, that shipping is not bad. $7 for this item. Comes in a big box. So shipping's not bad. We're down to just a few minutes, continuing to show you how it works on any type of carpeting. And by the way, I wanted to add, this doesn't have any 1-year warranty. It doesn't have a 2-year warranty. It's got a 3-year warranty. That's a big deal for a vacuum.
Let me tell you.
I mean, listen, for a $90 vacuum to have a 3-year warranty, that's really, really good. That's a company that stands behind it, but they wouldn't be here since 1909 if they didn't do things like stand behind their reputation and stuff like that.
Can you believe
So
all
take
that it did?
advantage of it. Yeah.
I love that I can use this on all floors. Now, I own this at home. I have epoxy floors in the garage, so I use this in the garage. I use this in the kitchen. My black hair gets everywhere. We have a bunny, we have a puppy, we have bunny pellets.
Ew.
That kind of get
those,
from the cage.
I'm thinking that those aren't a good thing.
And bunny food, okay? And what about the hair?
Bunny pellets.
And you saw how it didn't scatter. There were breadcrumbs on the floor.
Yeah.
I find that I grab this all the time. Now, we say that this is for the pets, but you know what? When I broke a glass from my china cabinet the other day, and I'll tell you what, I could not grab this fast enough because you don't want charred glass in your puppy's paws. This is now set, see, it goes from floors to tools. So when it says tools, now it's going to clean on higher level.
Yeah. Now, again, all the tools that you're seeing here come along with it. You don't have to pay any extra for any of that. It's all included. So if you want to detail, maybe you want to do your car. You know, maybe your kids want to clean out their car, get all the nastiness out of there. They can take this with the extra long hose, bring it out, plug it in, and just vacuum up the upholstery in the car. It's great for detailing. I mean, you could do your whole home with this
You
thing.
can do your whole home. I mean, the powerful suction, you know, it's 12 amps, but the real power is the way, the airspeed, the way it works, and that suction is so strong. And so look at how nubby, it's got this little rubber. So really in one pass, I was able to remove the hair from the stairs. If you don't have an upright, you can't do that.
You'll
I'm gonna do the
notice
upholstery now.
what Alexandra's talking about, that airflow that goes in, you'll notice that the first time you put it against any surface, how much suction you're getting. It almost sticks to the floor. There's that much suction. It's almost like it's a sealed environment that allows for the maximum extraction of any kind of dirt or soil or pet hair or whatever it is. That's why it works so well. You'll also notice that you hear a little bit of a high-pitched noise when we put that attachment on. That's because it's powered. It actually is a powered beater inside of the upholstery tool, which helps to get all that done. Of course, you're gonna get the little crack and crevice tool, be able to get all the nooks and crannies, you know, in between the car seats or underneath any seat where your kids have been. You know, they'll always find things like Cheerios and various cereal under my seats, or peanuts. I don't know where they come from. We don't even eat peanuts, but they seem to get there. But anyway, if you would like to clean them up, there's no better way to do it than with Eureka. Again, one more time, it is $116. It's clearance priced on sale today at $91.62. It's only $18 and change to get it home on FlexPay. Take it, and only $7.50 to ship it out to your house. Try it out. You have our unconditional money-back guarantee. If you never use FlexPay, you just pay a portion. If you're a new customer, just pay a little bit, and we'll ship it out to you, and you grab it. Alexandra, thank you so much for cleaning.
My pleasure. I find it very zen.
We appreciate that. 619-306 is your item number. All right. You're not going anywhere yet. You're still sticking around. Are we taking a little break?
We're going to decorate
right to it?
now.
All right, we're gonna walk across the hall. We're gonna go talk about this lighting. First of all, it's the deepest clearance that we have in pricing. This is real glass, beautiful stained glass panels built into a wall sconce that you can put anywhere. There are no wires to deal with, okay? It's battery operated, so you don't have to run a cord or run a wire down a wall, which nobody wants to see. It comes with a remote control. Everything you need to install it, and it comes in absolutely gorgeous colors as well. It's called Exciting Lighting. It's the lowest price we've ever done. If you read the reviews on hsn.com, you'll see that it's a customer pick. So get it home and just decorate, you know, I mean, and you know, Alexandra's the queen of decorating. She knows that, well, you are, when you think about little touches. Yeah. These little sconces can change an entire look of a room, a boring hallway, a workspace.
Artwork and nice. Ambient light.
They are, and let me, you know, and I know a lot about Tiffany style lighting. You know, believe it or not, I took stained glass in college. I was a great class. I learned a lot about it. You know, the cutting of the glass, piecing, sourcing, copper foiling, you know, all that stuff, the flux, all the different things you do to put these together. The work is incredible. So if you'd want to get one, they are marked down from about $100 down to about $59.
Can you believe that?
Which is a steal for these.
It really is, because this really has the look of the real genuine article of the Tiffany stained glass. And the fact that it's a sconce, that's a little unusual, so it's a different look. These are very lightweight, even though they are glass and they are handmade, copper foil, and you can see all of the different striations as we go through the colors. But it is remarkable that it's just a couple of pounds and operates on battery. You know how important I've been sharing with you, especially with all these storms and power outages, to have some items in your home that are battery powered. Just choose your favorite pattern. The first pattern that I have on my hand right here, this is the dragonfly. Can you see it? I'm going to hold it up for you. And of course, I'm gonna go to our beautiful lifestyle wall and show you what it looks like on the wall. But that is the dragonfly. I'm so happy that we dropped down the lights a little bit. This is our rose. Look at those giant cabbage roses. Absolutely exquisite. Reds and pinks and that vibrant green. This is probably my favorite guy. I'm just in love with this one. It's just so sweet. I love the lavender, the lilac. This is called Lilies. And there's just something about the color. And I also like how it's got this metal trim, almost like a hammerhead metalled trim. It's the only one with that particular scalloped metal trim. Then we have the swans. Look at the sweet little swans.
Look how beautiful that is.
That are kissing, the kissing swans.
Now these are all
amber.
these are all glass panels.
Yes.
And they're all, there's no way to mass produce this. This has to be done by hand. When you understand that it's $59.95, do you realize that an artist did this?
Yes, this is the craftsmanship.
There's no way to mass produce this.
You cannot mass produce it. I'm gonna turn this around. I want you to see finished on the inside as well. Not that anyone's going to be looking at that, but I just want you to know how it's meticulously finished. And then the last one here on the end, this one is our violets. Yeah,
oh, so
sure.
pretty.
Now the battery pack, here's our violets. So beautiful. Let's go to the wall. It also comes with the remote control. These operate on 3D batteries that you're going to pop in. Now, when I'm sharing sconces with you, ordinarily, it's a set of 2. Because of the uniqueness of these sconces, you're selecting one. If you wanted to get a couple, if you wanted to have a pair, you could, but you are getting one, and you just pick which one you want, and really where in your home would you accent. These are the cabbage roses. You can see that the battery pack is right on the back. Now, let me show you how this actually looks. All you're going to do is just put a little nail in the wall, a screw or a nail in the wall. Here is that wonderful battery pack that houses the 3D batteries. You just slip that right in, and then it kind of locks into place. You can see the super bright LED lights. The push of a button, it has 4 different settings. There's the bright, 75%, 50%, 25%, and controlled by the remote control. Isn't that great? And then these 2 little notches are going to go right here on these 2 little notches. So I'm just going to pop that on. Now, if I'm putting it somewhere where it's a little bit too tall for me, I can take it off, put the battery pack on.
Oh, I got you. Put it on first, then
put it on first, then, that's my, like the Alexander Baker way of doing it, the little trick.
You got
now,
it?
you know, one of the things I mean, that is just so pretty. What I love about being here at HSN and being your home BFF is because when I'm moving from room to room, this is actually how I would operate in my home. I would probably vacuum something and then put up something to decorate a wall or a hallway. This could go in the powder room. This could go down a hallway. This could be in the entryway in the foyer. This could be where your quiet time is, or maybe a breakfast nook. Anywhere you want just a little bit of decor. Ambient light, battery operated, so smart. Look at this one. Look at all the white. So this one's brighter. This one is our dragonfly. Look at that gorgeous, look at the amber, look at the cabochon, the different shades of green. Look how it's olive and then lime. Some have that waterfall approach to the glass and it's a little more transparent. Some are more opaque. I love that you can alter the
light with a remote control.
Totally, so 4 different settings. So if you wanted just a little bit romantic, put it on low. If you want a little bit brighter, put it on 100%.
Yeah, there's 75, a little bit brighter. I can go 50 if I wanted a little bit less, and then you can go 100%.
And you can also do it manually too, just by each time you push the button. And so these are simple, Home BFF, chic, simple, affordable. Chic, simple, affordable. Simple because it's easy to do. Put a nail in the wall and that's it.
And by the way, they are the best quality, don't forget too, because these are all glass and copper foil and lead. Okay, so that's basically how they make it. To show you or tell you how they make it, basically the glass is picked out first and it's matched together by color or size or shape. And then, or not so much by size, but by shape, because some of it's wavy, some of it has a textured look to it. And then the glass is then cut. It's first you use a scorer to score the glass, and then you use a separator to cut the glass. Then you have to put flux around it, and then you put copper foil on it. And then you need to solder that copper foil with using lead into the various designs. There's several steps that go into making something. And when I look at the end of the day and see how balanced this is, like my final project in college was just a panel.
Wow.
I mean, just a square panel, all right? These are curved and domed. I mean, to try to make something, I can't even imagine making that smooth like that, because all I did was make a panel like that. And it was pretty, but it wasn't, I mean, this is real artwork. This is beautiful. And there's no shortcut to making these, Alexandra. These take a while to make.
These take a while to make. Don't be fooled by the price. Don't be fooled by the look. And I love what Guy mentioned. Notice how this one, it's scalloped, but it's dimensional. See how it dips in and then it comes out and then it dips in? It has all these facet stones. This is the lilies. You see, it's got the little metal scalloped trim at the top. So this one, oh God, it's just so precious. I love the pastels. Now, if you follow me here to our swan, this is much more of a rounded bowl or dome. You can see it doesn't have where it goes in. However, the scalloping is a little bit more pronounced on the top. And the lovely cabochons, these are on average about 12.5 inches wide, about I would say 5 3/4 in height, and then about 5.5 inches deep. So from your wall coming out is about 5.5 inches. The iris is just a tad smaller. It is so sweet. Where in your home would you love to bring home the stained glass look, the look of the Tiffany inspired, you know, all of the Tiffany lamps that were made by Louis Comfort Tiffany are vintage, they're heirloom pieces. They can be $2,000, they can be $2 million, $3 million, because they're no longer in production.
Right.
You have to get reproductions. This is one of the finest ever, brought to you by It's Exciting Lighting.
We do, you know, Alexandra, we do. I do them, but it's so fun.
I've aired some of them with you, yeah.
They found out that I took stained glass in college, so I get the Tiffany inspired glass shells, which I love doing because I have an appreciation for them. But if you've watched our Tiffany inspired shows, there's rarely do you ever see anything under $100, all right, with those. And those are just, and there are small little lamps, like we had one that was a cardinal that was really small, and I think that one was like $129 just for a little tiny little lamp. These are substantial, and to be getting them at half price, you are getting them at a ridiculous steal price, okay? These are on clearance. I don't think they'll be back, so this could be the last time that you see them. If they do come back, they may not come back in this style, but beautiful for any place that you want to put them. And you know, they're good in so many ways, because the other way that they're good is, these are obviously wall sconces, okay? You would put these probably either in a hallway, you could, you know, to accentuate a bathroom mirror, you know, in an area, maybe in an entryway, whatever, but you'd have to run a wire. Or you'd have to have them pre-installed when you were in the building face of your home.
Yes, you know.
Nobody has that.
No mess.
I have a couple of beautiful, basically they're flicker, they look like candles, and they're beautiful wrought iron, but they have, at the bottom there's a plug.
Yes.
And I gotta plug them in.
Look at this.
This is clean.
This is so clean. Now, this is definitely do it yourself. You don't need anybody's help. It's like hanging a photo. You don't have to make a mess. You don't have a wire coming down. You're not hiring an electrician to, you know, make a large hole into the wall. It's the look of hardwired without it being hardwired. And I just can't urge you enough to really consider, if you haven't done so already, having some battery-powered lighting in your home because of the winter storms, summer storms, the electrical grades being upgraded. So this way it's done beautifully, elegantly. It looks so expensive and runs on 3D batteries.
If I were you, I'd get two, because they're half price. I mean, I would.
That rhymes. If I were
they
you,
sure
I'd
do.
get two.
So grab it while you can. They're only $59.95, and they are really, truly beautiful. And you can, by the way, even though they're in clearance, you can still return them if you don't like them. I don't think you will. I think you're going to go, wow,
I love
these are gorgeous. So anyway, Alexandra, thank you so much.
I may get this just for
I'm
my
telling you,
powder
they're beautiful. Thanks for being here. I want to remind you, we also have a few other things coming up in the show. We've got our heater coming up in just a bit. We'll get to that in a sec, but first I have a special for you, and it's called the Pivot Power. Anybody out there that has electronics that they need to plug in and struggles with them. You struggle with them because you say, you know, I wish things would fit. I wish I could get things that would actually, you know, fit and work and make life simple. Well, Quirky came up with this thing called Pivot Power, which is going to make getting your electronics organized so much easier. What you've got is 4 adjustable outlets built in, completely flexible and adjustable, and 2 feet of cord. When you order today, you are going to get 2 of these in your choice of either green, it's kind of like a forest green, or in just the jet black. My friend Tim Wilkins, Mr. Wilkins.
Hello, sir. Good
How are
morning.
you, my man?
Haven't seen you in a while.
You missed earlier, there was some Mr. Science going on. There's incandescence versus LED.
Cooler to the touch.
Yes, exactly
Among the
right.
many
You know
things.
that. Hey, it's not only science, but even being creative and being smart, just making changes that make life easier for us is a great thing, and that's what these are.
That's what this is. This was invented by a guy named Jake from Wisconsin, who's an attorney that said, I buy these things.
Strips.
These power strips.
Yeah.
And it's got 6 plugs on it, and I can only fit 4 on it because they're big, they're bulky, they're sideways, whatever they are. I can show you 10 different ways. I got one of those, this is a clapping device, one of those ones that turns the,
Oh, really?
I love those, old school.
Yeah, I gotta get that.
You got these, even if you're using these for your printer, by the time you try to plug one of these other ones sideways,
it's a mess.
you're still only getting 4 or 5 on here, and 4 on out of a 6. How we do it with the Quirky is it bends to flex. This can go around a table leg. It can go around the cabinet. We've got 2 of these on the kitchen counter. The black is perfect for that, by the way, because they mess with most granite and cabinet patterns. And it actually will house our air fryer and our toaster oven. Off to the side of that, I've got a rice cooker, and then we've got a toaster. And people are constantly saying, I do not have nearby or enough space for my plug-in items.
Yeah.
And this solves that problem. Quirky is this website. This is so cool, the background on this. It's kind of an idea incubator. And people vote on the idea, and whoever idea gets picked, that's who gets crowdfunded, and that was this one. That was one of those ideas. They said, this is so brilliant and such a problem solver. Now, check this out. I'll do this one here. Well, let's do black. There we are right there.
Okay.
4 in it, all right? Well, keep trying to play that. This is like that game you play at the diner where they have the old country setting and you play the pegs trying to see if you can leave or get the most pegs in and out of it. All right, there's that one. Now I'm gonna put in my printer. All right, and that one's still bumping up against that one, so we'll move that there.
That has to go in the end.
So now that's got 6. I managed to get, well, that's not all the way in. I managed to get 5 in there. This is only 4, and because I can bend that to access the biggest of the plugs, I can even put my big clapping device
Turn
in
it
there.
the other way.
And I've got the one that turns the timer on for the light so the burglars will think we're home. I've got the big old printer shredder over here. By the bedside now, here's another big problem. So many of us, I got some cool stuff for Christmas. I got an adjustable bed. I got a new iPad. Everything has to be plugged in. And when they created outlets in our bedrooms, we had 2 things that plugged in, the lamp and the alarm clock.
Right.
And now we've got phones and iPads and beds and cable boxes.
You know what I love about this is that I too have various and assorted electronics that are plugged in right next to my bed. I have my regular alarm clock.
Yeah.
I have, believe it or not, I've got an iPad thing that's from like 10 years ago, but I still have that in there. You know, in this business, we need several ways to be woken.
At 2 in the morning, we need several ways.
My phone charger is also available, which is also there. I have all these different things that are there. And they're all basically on a coffee table, which has 4 legs.
Right.
What's nice about this is this can actually wrap underneath around one of the legs. And then it won't go anywhere and it stays secure. Everything is organized.
Yes.
Or I can straighten it. I can go this way, or I can go that way. I mean, I can mold this anywhere I need it. I mean, I can go, look, I can go right angle almost.
You can do a little L there. You can do it whatever you want to do. You can do a zigzag pattern and go around a couple legs. Now, here's the beautiful thing also. You're getting a 2-pack with 4 of these. So you're actually getting like 4 wall sockets that you can plug things into. Think of a room that you currently have that has 4 wall sockets, and think of now where you're going to have to put your rechargeable tablet you're reading on. You're playing Candy Crush. Where you're going to have to stash your phone. When you've got these, you can keep all your rechargeables in one area and know that you'll find them every time, and you're not chasing after them during the day.
Black is almost sold out if you want black. And remember, you get 2 of these. So you can, there's only about 5 dozen left in black. If you want to get those, they're almost sold out. And the remainder I have is in green. But, you know, one of those, I love that, you know, people sat around in a little think tank and said, you know, that's a pretty good idea.
Well, here, I can imagine there's 2 reasons that they did the green one. Now, first and foremost, because this is not pretty for your Christmas stuff.
Yeah, I would buy this I would buy this for next Christmas.
And I just finally put the last 2 boxes away.
Yeah.
But then you think about now all the Christmas stuff we plug in. Alexandra was just here with you.
Sure.
And she's got all kinds of cool little bowls and vases and pictures that all light up that require a plug to either charge them or keep them going. And now you're doing this, your Christmas lights. You've got all these, and by the way, you're getting power surge protection with this. You're still getting 1,000 joules of protection.
I can plug my TVs or whatever I want to plug in there as well. Fancy electronics. tablets, things like that that you're worried that, your house gets struck by lightning. I'd probably be worried about other things like myself first, but then I would worry about, what about that big TV?
For people at home, Guy always wears one rubber boot, just so he's grounded out. He's always got one rubber boot.
Could you check and make sure that the big TV and Danny are okay? That's what I would say.
Not just for Christmas, put these around a plant, hide these things, be able to use all your plugs.
Yeah.
Old school that looks like it belongs under your desk in a cubicle, not fun, and you're not getting the full use out of these. Where with this one, all your things, this is like by getting 2 more plugs.
It's a $20 bill and you're gonna get 2 of these, guys. It's also on FlexPay. What does that say? $9.56 if you wanna get it. We'll ship it out. Hey, mate, if there's any green left, get that because you can get those for holiday too. They're perfect for that. Thank you, Mr. Wilkins.
Good to see you, buddy.
Great job, you too, bud. All right, we're gonna move on. It's freezing cold everywhere. It's cold. Have you been traveling at all?
Iowa last week.
It's cold there. A lot of corn out there, isn't there?
Wish I had one of these heaters. I put it in my car.
Yeah, he's exactly right. I know. We should have got some of those incandescent bulbs in here.
You're darn right, we should have.
Anyway, Carrie McNally is back, everybody, and thank you again, Mr. Tim. But I will tell you, you want to stay toasty and warm all season because it is so freaking cold out.
How cold is it?
It's the coldest. It's so cold.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, in Vermont, where I like to travel and ski, 15 below zero at Mount Snow. Not wind chill.
Oh no.
15 below zero. So it's been ice cold, and if you could find a way to bump up that temperature and turn that thermostat, back a little bit so you can save some money, you should do it. I love this little heater. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's totally efficient. It'll save you money, save you energy, and you can use it all season long. Plus, I love the charm of having this little antique sort of furnace look, built-in infrared technology. Carrie will tell you all about it, but they put it on sale.
Yes.
From $129 down to $99. And for this show, I don't know if they're gonna do it for any other shows, but for this show, they gave us free shipping and handling. You have a choice of 3 colors.
Yes.
So I will call this gray.
Yep, that's our gray.
I will call that black.
Black and then
our white.
Shabby chic.
People are going crazy for these things.
Well, because
obviously,
it looks
cold too.
as good as it works.
Yeah.
And this is infrared technology, and this mini furnace packs a wallop, right? It weighs 13.5 pounds. It's 15 inches tall. It's completely cool to the touch. It has 4 safety features and a child lock on it. If it ever tilts over, it'll shut off, and we'll show you that here in a second. But the most important, there are 2 things to think about. One, whenever you turn on the oil, the gas, or the electric, regardless of what you have, 100% of the relative humidity in the room is gone. It's gone. That's why in the winter, I used to get nosebleeds. Your skin gets all dried and cracked, your sinuses, my contact lenses will fall out of my head, your lungs get all dry because all that air is gone. Infrared heating technology will never, ever do that. It heats you subcutaneously from the inside out the way the safe infrared light from the sun heats you. On a cold winter's day, you step into the sun, you feel warm to the core because an infrared heats objects in the room, not taking all the moisture out of the air. So you're gonna love the idea that it does that, but more importantly, this, that weighs only 13.5 pounds, essentially portable, will heat a space up to 1,200 square feet. This little mini furnace will heat a space up to 1,200 square feet. So that means if you've got a space, your kitchen and the living room area or any really big bedroom, a 2-car garage is 650 square feet. A finished or unfinished basement is 1,000 square feet. Look at the size of this room, Guy.
That's a 30 by 40 foot room.
Right,
That's
so
huge.
here's what you can do. You can turn the thermostat down in the entire house, the co-op or condominium. Turn it down to something that would be uncomfortable, like 62 degrees. Then turn on your warm living mini furnace and enjoy the infrared heat. If you have it set on like 74, guess what the temperature in the room's gonna be? 74 degrees, 1,200 square feet. So if you've got your main thermostat at 62 degrees, can you imagine the savings? The hundreds, if not thousands of dollars over the course of several winters, because this is gonna last and last. And it's got all the latest technology. It has a locking device on it. So if you wanna set it and forget it, here's your fan spit. You got 1,500 watts or 900 watts or eco, which will just maintain the temperature in the room at 68 degrees. Here's a little dial on there. That's a timer. So Guy, if I get up at 6:30 in the morning and it's freezing in the kitchen, I turn this on at 6:15.
A little bit ahead of time.
It warms the kitchen up before I get in there. If I get home, let's say I get home at 7 o'clock every night. have this thing fire up at 6:30. Think about that. You can program this up to 12 hours to turn on or turn off.
Yeah, I can't do that with my regular thermostat.
Right.
It just goes, when it's cold, it turns on.
Yep, on or off, right? Here you go, and then you're on off switch. And if you want to, you don't even have to get out of the chair that you're in because we give you a universal remote. If you buy more than one of these, the remotes work for any of the units. It looks as good as it works, and it really does heat a huge area. 1,200 square feet is
You know, it's
a lot of
funny,
space.
you put your hand far away from it, you can feel the heat, you can feel it kind of generating out. And you know, it's funny because I don't really feel it here. When I put my hand out, it's my arm is warming up. It's that infrared technology that uses objects.
Yes, so
to heat
so
up.
I'm gonna take the temperature. This is a laser thermometer. I'm gonna take the temperature of the top of this unit.
Which is cool touch.
It's cool to the touch. 82 degrees, well below, you know, body temperature. But now watch what happens. When I point this, did you guys see that? 415 degrees. That's how something that's only 13 and a half pounds and 14 inches tall can heat a space up to 1,200 square
400 degrees.
And my heart goes out to you. I lived in Minneapolis for 8 years and was actually a reporter. I was that guy outside. Let's go to Carrie outside. I'd be like, yeah, back to you guys in the studio because it is so brutally cold. So if you want to, you can send this directly to a loved one in Michigan or Wisconsin or Minneapolis or New York or the Pacific Northwest. You can send it directly to them and you can throw it on FlexPay. When I first introduced this and they were flying out the door at 1:30, I sent one to my dad. He's 93. He's a great grandfather, actually part of the greatest generation. I sent one to my brother in New Hampshire, and I sent one to a friend of mine out in Montauk on Long Island, and I keep getting stuff on Facebook and on emails. It's the best heater ever. It's a customer pick. There are 5 reviews and they're 5 stars, all of them. And that was at 1:30.
When you look at it, even to look at it, I love the design of it. I mean, it looks just like a little furnace, but a nice one. You know, like a classic sort of furnace look with the grate in the front. So you're not going to have to hide this. And you don't want to do that. You actually want this to infrared. You want that infrared to spread around the room. So you'll put this in a little corner wherever it is. You just put it centrally located, and it'll start spreading the heat. And to Carrie's point, you want to turn your thermostat down and put it down. I'm not talking like turn it down to 70. I mean, turn it down to like low 60s, because if you can turn it down 10 degrees, that's where you're going to save your money. And you'll be surprised at how quickly this pays for itself. We're here in Florida, and I will tell you that last week was cold.
Oh, man. Yeah, 40.
It was in the 40s here.
40s at night.
Which in Florida is pretty cold. But my brother is up in Connecticut. He lives up there in Berlin, and he said, Guy, it's single digits, man. It's been crazy. That doesn't include wind chill. I'm from Fairfield. It was 13 degrees there yesterday. We've warmed up a little bit here, but then it's supposed to get cold again next week, because we're in that season, right? And it's barely February. So you're going to have all of February and all of March, more than likely, that are still going to be cold.
Spring doesn't happen until May 26th.
Look at Boston.
Is that 9 degrees in Boston?
-9.
-9 in Chicago. 12. -12 in Detroit. Yeah, so if you have a loved one that's up there, or you want to go ahead and get this for yourself, take advantage of it. You've got that 30-day money-back guarantee.
Yeah,
if you don't love it,
off.
if you don't love it, I want you to send it back, because people, they don't like these infrared heaters. They love them because, again, it will not dry out the air. So it's not going to dry out your skin, your contact lenses, your sinuses. It doesn't do that. Forced air, oil, gas, they all do that. 100% of the relative humidity in the room is gone the second you turn it on.
God forbid you have the old school one that has like the actual red, like glowing ember bars in there, which basically is just like a radiant. It's like a heat from fire.
Right. Yeah.
And that's okay if you're in front of a fire.
Right. Exactly.
But those are the things that also, when like little lint gets in them, you see it actually turning into a little puff of smoke. This is the way to go. It's the safest way to go. It's got built-in safety features as well. You do get a remote control with this, so if you need to adjust while you're sitting in your chair, you can do that as well. This is even great, even when winter is over. If you want to put this out on your covered patio, sometimes it gets just a little cool.
Absolutely.
And you want just a little, want to take the edge off.
Exactly. It's a great transition. It's a way in places like Florida in the Sun Belt where you don't have to turn the heat on at all. Now I want to show you this safety feature, really cool. I call this a pendulum kill switch or shut off switch. So you can see the 10 infrared bulbs right there. You can see that, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of tilt this over as if it's about to fall. And watch what happens. It'll shut itself off. before it would hit the ground. And you'll see them, you'll hear it shut off, and then you'll see them go out. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, there they go, just clicked.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
So it knows.
So before it hits the ground, and then once you turn it back up again, it knows we're okay, and I can turn it back on again, just like that. That's tremendous safety. If it overheats for any reason, it shuts itself off. It has a child lock on it. It doesn't dry out the air. It heats a space of 1,200 square feet, and we're talking about something, again, cool to the touch. This is that laser thermometer again. The top of this unit is 83 degrees, 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's take a look at the air right here, right in front of this unit. You guys, can you see that at home?
Yeah, it's in the 350s, whatever. Yeah. It's bouncing around just because we're moving it, but yeah, you see the obvious giant change in what the temperature is in the room versus what the temperature is there, and that's how it heats up so quickly. And the way you save money again is by trying to turn that thermostat down a little bit, and plus it is a space heater. And anybody will tell you, if you're trying to save money on your bills, use a space heater.
Absolutely.
You turn on the heat and you heat up an entire house when you're only in the living room.
Doesn't make any sense.
Crazy.
Yep.
Or again, with the timer. I don't care if it's cold and I ain't there. Sorry. If I'm not there,
right?
I mean, obviously, if my family was still there.
Absolutely, I do the same thing with the air conditioning here in Florida.
Like the cat's covered in fur, the dog's covered in fur. They don't care about that.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, before I leave the house, I like it at 72 degrees. Right. Before I leave the house, I put it up to 78 or 80 because I don't want the air conditioner running while I'm gone.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You can set this to turn on 15 minutes before you get out of bed. And now the kitchen and the living room area is nice and warm. We talked about this earlier. A typical non-infrared heat it looks like one of those ray guns from a bad 1950s sci-fi movie. It dries out all the air. It makes a lot of noise when you turn it on. It smells oftentimes. Infrared heat heats you subcutaneously from the inside out, just the way the safe infrared rays of the sun heat you on a cold day. It's a beautiful design. It harkens back to the 1920s. You have all the technology that you could possibly want. You can operate it manually or with the remote, and it weighs 13.5 pounds, which means you can move it from room to room.
Nice.
Or if you don't have the luxury of controlling the heat at work, take it with you to work. Put it near your
Put it under your desk if you want.
Put it under your desk. I mean, keep your feet toasty and warm. If
Right.
you have a cat or a dog, and I have 2 cats, Callie and Sally McNally, they will hang out right here. They'll all be right here, the dog or cat. And now you can really see those 10 infrared bulbs.
Yeah.
And these things, it's state-of-the-art technology. It was wildly popular at $130, and now you've got it with free shipping. This thing weighs 13.5 pounds.
Yeah.
When was the last time you went to the post office and had to go ahead and ship something that weighed 13.5 pounds?
In Warm Living is a great company, the company that brings this out. And by the way, we are down to our last 3 colors. I think the antique white is the most limited. If you'd like to grab that, you can. This kind of shows you the inner workings of how it processes, pulls air in, and then it forces that infrared technology out into the room. It strikes the various objects out there, and you can feel heat. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's heat coming out of this.
This is special.
Yeah.
And again, if you send it directly to somebody, they're going to appreciate it. It'll be there in a matter of days. Spring is in until May 26th, Gallo Van. We got a lot more winter to come.
I like the winter. Don't get me wrong, but
I enjoy
when I'm
it too.
sleeping, I'm not skiing.
Right.
Okay, so I need to get rest, and I don't need to be shivering.
Right.
And I have one of these old houses, and I blew insulation in there and all this stuff. So like my house stays like a refrigerator when it's cold out. But I refuse to put on the heat. I will not turn the main heat on. Well, this is perfect for that.
I was raised by a single mom, a school teacher who taught us being frugal is a sign of intelligence. Yeah. And we lowered we used a kerosene heater when we were kids. I grew up on Long Island near the ocean and in the winter.
In newspaper.
Oh yeah.
Whatever you had to do.
It was crazy. We shut off rooms in this house, and I had to go down and light the kerosene heater in the kitchen in the middle of the winter. That's crazy talk. Here you've got state-of-the-art technology.
Safe, right?
It's safer. Yeah. It's more convenient. It weighs 13.5 pounds. It's only 15 inches tall. It's cool to the touch, and it heats a space up to 1,200 square feet.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't love it, I want you to send it back. But I say get one for yourself. Send one to a loved one this winter, and enjoy the Facebook posts and the emails. Oh gosh, we had the heater on. It was so great. The cat, I gave this again to my father, who's 93 years old, part of the greatest generation, and he has this cat Mookie. And he sits and reads his book every day. He's retired. He goes for a walk, you know.
Sure.
And this is where Mookie hangs out, right here. Mookie's
hey,
right here.
If
This is heaven for Mookie.
If you're a senior out there, you know, my mom is 86, and it's amazing because she keeps the apartment so hot.
Yeah.
I can't even handle it. And I'm like, but you know what? We actually got them. We didn't get them this one because I didn't do it. I got it a long time ago, but I got them a space heater and they love it.
Yep.
And they keep it on pretty much throughout the year. So if you're one of those folks that, you know, who likes being cold? Nobody does. This is going to take that edge off, and it's going to save you a lot of money at the same time. You saved us all kinds of money today.
Light bulbs, heaters.
You're the man.
Good to see you, brother.
Thank you, Mr. McNally. Hey, the lovely and talented Shannon Fox is coming your way. There she is. She's coming your way next, and I will see you tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern Time.
If you're looking for a brand new way to treat your skin,